the movement of the inappropriate minors across the major four regions, I believe NIMOS have the capacity to get it done. They will need to get them out of the place, and they will need to distract the activities and ensure that the supply chains are curtailed. And these are the three things NIMOS officers will always do in the field.
Mr. Kumad, I want you to hold on as I get the initial thought as well of my panel members here in studio. I will start with you, Madam Rogelyn Imora-Ayana. I mean, it seems like these miners are becoming bolder and actually having the guts to face officials that are there to ensure there's law and order. How do you react to that?
Good morning to our cherished viewers and to all of us here. Of course, the miners will be emboldened because I don't know how many of them have been jailed or anything. So definitely they would want to try to face NIMOS. But I think that this whole idea of giving us military personnel, a 24-hour military presence in the Galamsey areas is a good idea. The only thing is that I think we have to think about how to coordinate the various institutions that are going to be there, because we have NIMOS, we have the police, and then we're going to get the military. There's a need for proper coordination. I think that also the rules and responsibilities must be well defined so that each group knows exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And this is to stop any turf wars, because NIMOS has been on the ground, and then suddenly you're going to bring another group that already is a well-established group. How are they going to be working together? So we need for government to be able to give clear-cut roles and responsibilities to these groups. I'm also expecting that the resources will be made available, just like our resource person was saying, and to make sure that there is general rotation. We don't want a situation where you will go and put the military there and leave them for as long as it takes. No.
Because they'll be compromised.
Yes, they may be compromised. I know that because it happened at Obuasi Operation Dragnet. You know, once you leave people, not just military, but people, even if it's the police or whatever, at a place for too long, they get compromised somehow. So I hope that there will be general rotation. And also, I'm hoping that there will be sensitization to the indigents of those areas and information flow. For that, you see, if you go fighting them, you have to also let the villagers, you know, or the inhabitants of those areas also know that the things that are happening there that are bad for the nation, bad for they themselves as individuals and all that. Once you get them to understand that this thing is bad for our health, is bad for our nation, is bad for that, they will also try to help you to fight the Galamseyers. We've had situations where in certain communities, you know, some of their chiefs have refused, you know, for Galamsey to happen at all in their areas, and the youth have risen up against them. So I think government is doing the right thing. In fact, we should have done that long ago. The only thing is to make sure that we have officers or men that are matured, not to be trigger happy, because in this situation, I know that you'll be defending yourself, but at the same time, you have to know that those are civilians you're going to be handling. It's unfortunate that NIMOS, I think, had some people wounded during one of those scuffles. But as I see it, I think that it's a good thing to do. The only thing is the resources.
The only thing is the resources, you say. And then you earlier said that we need to educate the youth. Do you really believe that they don't know this is bad?
No, it's not just the youth, but even the individuals living there. You see, the youth, when you talk to them, most of them will tell you that we don't have jobs.
Exactly.
We don't have jobs. And not having jobs shouldn't be an excuse for you to go and do Galamsey. First and foremost, they lose their lives. And then if you're by the river bodies, you're also destroying our river bodies. You are also destroying the food we eat. Some of these things you have to let people know. I keep saying that, look, we should organize town hall meetings and call just women, the women and the children, and show them pictures, you know, of children that have been born with birth defects and all that. Let them see. Sometimes you have to see graphic pictures for it to dawn on you that this thing is really bad. if you don't do that, what happens is that people think that it's just another way of making money, so they all go there. And so far, it's now all over the country. Wherever there's any small riverbed, and Ghana is full of gold. So you know that this thing is going to be affecting everyone, everywhere. You understand? So the youth must also be involved. And I said some time back, and I heard the president also say the same, that those people doing the galamsey will be asked to be the ones to fill up the holes and all that so that they get paid. You understand? So you can employ the youth to also do that, so that you stop them from doing the galamsey, and at least they'll earn some money also on the side, working to fill the holes and then to replant or reclaim their place. So we are hoping for a win-win situation.
A win-win situation we're hoping for. Madam Susan Adramanka, what's your understanding or perspective on this?
Well, I mean, the fight against galamsey, it's a war that we don't seem to be winning. But we must win because it's our future that is at stake, and we hold this land not for ourselves, but in trust for the future generations to come. And we need to leave it the way that we came to meet it, and even better. And so we must do all that it takes. If stationing the military there 24/7 is part of what it takes, then that's what we need to do. As the report goes, the NIMOS people were fired upon before they returned fire. You know, it wasn't as if they went and they were, and so you can see that the illegal miners are willing to draw first blood. And so, it definitely requires military tactics and everything that goes to ensuring that, one, lives are saved, and that we protect our environment. We know that these, galamseers or illegal miners, they are not getting these, the people on the ground who are actually doing the hard work are not the ones funding this. So the fight is not just at that front. The fight must also be at the front where we are trying to find the big men and the big players who are funding, these. We need to cut off the source of funding for it. When we are able to cut off the source of funding, it will be a big blow, and it will help in the war, because, yes, these young people, they are a dime a dozen, So if you go and you round them up, the big fund, he will find some other people who will work. And as you know, unemployment is rife, So we need to cut it. We need to trace the money, where the money is coming from, and cut it off at that source. So it's all right to send the military out to put a stop to it, and it's all right to do it 24/7, because we know these guys are mining in the night at any time and every time, because, they go and catch them in the daytime, and they go back in the night to do it. So, yes, we have to be doing that. And so at both fronts, so far, I only hear about that side, so much of that side. We're not hearing about the side where they are tracing the money and cutting it off from getting to that end. So in that pipeline of that illegal chain, we need to get to the money source and cut it off, punish people there. We are not hearing too much of that. Yes, we are catching them, we are putting them before court, we hear about that, we get, but we are not hearing the big players who are funding the illegal mining. So that is problematic, and we need to do that. As for the health education with the communities, yes, that must be done. Then it must be a certain type of health education where they know that they are susceptible to all the ills of that, and that they are the first victims of any ills that come to them.
Like that.
Yes.
But we know that a vacuum must be filled. I mean, we cannot just stop that. There has to be that alternative, that choice that makes it easy for them to say that, yes, we will support the fight. Otherwise, we're going nowhere, and it's getting worse by the day, I mean, we look at the turbidity. Yes, the turbidity is horrifying to look at. But what about the invisible things that we can't see? The heavy metals are not exactly what we can see, and they are the ones that may be long term and, poisoning our lands. I know that EPA said they were going to do something. Where has that gotten to? Because I haven't heard anything more from that proposal that they did. But this is where science must also come in, and research must come in. I mean, what kind of research is going on? I know maybe CSIR is doing something. Maybe EPA,
we've had a number of research done. Myself, I went to Eastern Region, did a test on cassava, cocoyam, contumely, and others. We've had other agencies as well also coming out to say that we have too much lead, cyanide, and other stuff in food stuff.
Yeah, but how have we? The research that we have, it's okay to do the research and know that. How have you disseminated the information down to the lowest level? You understand that even if you picked a child off the street and asked her about contumely and things like that, she can tell you something, because that's where we must say that the research is okay to be done this thing, but hey, we don't seem to be having that at our fingertips there. And some days ago, I think I was asking our clinical pathology people what are they doing in terms of the galamsey, and said, oh, but nobody's funding us to do any work on galamsey, even though we have the machines to test the heavy metals and we can do all sorts of things. The research is not widespread. You understand? It's not, and we are a public health facility. That is what we are supposed to be doing. And yet we are not doing much of that.
Because you don't have the resources.
Because nobody has given us the resources, like you said, to do that. So we must use the science.
Do you think all these things are making this fight counterproductive, because then we're just concentrating on one area?
We should not concentrate on one area. Well, I mean, I think that there are people who, in the front of the fight, that should be aware that we cannot concentrate on one area. If that kind of concentration on one will not help us win this war, you understand? And we will keep doing the same things over and over again, and we will not get the results. And then what will happen is that the degradation will continue and continue and continue, and it will affect our existence. You understand? We don't want to get to that place. We are very close. We're on the brink. You understand? But the Ghanaian attitude of us being very, how would I put it? Laissez-faire, or, well, we will live through it. This is not something that we will live through, you understand? And this is something that all of us, we should not wait for election years to get riled up about it. We should be consistently riled up about it. And we should consistently put pressure on the powers that be, not just the organized groups, in terms of Kenashibe's group and all those people. All of us, must be putting pressure. It should be a conversation that never goes away till we can actually see the results ourselves. So, yes, we will live our everyday lives, but we have to realize that if you put contumely on my table, you may be poisoning me unintentionally, the yam that you eat, and it is not going to matter how high you are in the societal structure. It may have. Maybe before you are passing somewhere, you said, "Can I buy some fried yam?" You get it, Or unless you are never going to eat in this country and you are going to export all your food from outside, but it won't make sense.
It will make sense. Let me get back to Mr. Richard Kumado, who is still via video call with us. Mr. Kumado, I think one of the major points being made by Madam Susan Edromankwa is taking the fight beyond those who are on the ground. How do we get to do that, to catch those behind them?
Okay, so when it comes to inappropriate money, or galamsey you call it, money laundering, drugs peddling, arms dealing, and trafficking in persons. They work together. They are first cousins. And so the security agencies are aware of this basic theology and the pattern. And they are doing a lot of work behind the scene to find out where the source of money comes from and what is the nature of activities of certain people. Except that when you do the reclassifications we've done about 2 years ago, you can clearly say there's only one or two category of people in this country who may have that capacity to finance this large capital-intensive activity of inappropriate mining. The law enforcement agencies are on it. They will need the support of everybody. When it comes to prosecuting the category of people we are talking about, you need a justice system to come on board. Many times, investigators have done the job. The cases get to court and it takes forever. It creates some level of demoralization. And I've always been of the view that for the many years I've been in the fight against financial crime and money laundering, non-punishable offenses will always rationalize bad behavior and promote antisocial tendencies in society. And until we are able to get to the bottom and make sure people are held accountable, the antisocial tendencies in society I've always spoke about, galamsey is one of them. The next one is that when it comes to public education and creating awareness, that is not the work for NAMOS or the IGP special forces per se. They may play a role, but that is for NCCE, that is for the DCEs, and that is for the research people to mobilize themselves, engage all the communities under their purview or under their jurisdiction and make sure that they get involved in the public education. But have we not asked ourselves, the areas where there are galamseys or inappropriate mining, you have DCEs there, and they are the heads of security. You have regional ministers, they are the heads of security. What has been the nature of work they've done in that regard? We will need to look at it again as a national strategy. The third point I want to make is that when it comes to reclaiming of the land, that is not the responsibility of NAMOS. And that is why the president said that they are training some category of youth that they will pay them 1,500 Ghana cedis to help in the reclaiming of the land. When it comes to dechemicalization of the water bodies, that is not the work for NAMOS. So people misunderstood that they think once we have NAMOS in the front line, all other things will be settled. No, there are other agencies that must come to the job with the same force and with the same speed of NAMOS. And I want to believe that much of the work is being done behind the scenes. And once they are ready and they are all prepared and they get involved, NAMOS get to the field, they do what they have been assigned in terms of role and responsibility, and others come in. And if we give ourselves 6 months or a year, with that same level of speed and preparedness, I think we should be able to do something great for ourselves and for this country.
And you made a point earlier that they will need the support of everybody. Yesterday, we had the PRO of NIMO speaking to us, telling us that they've arrested about 1,500 of those people on the ground, and yet political interference is affecting them negatively. How then do we work?
When we did a nationwide risk assessment, you will understand that with this whole issue about inappropriate money of galamsey, there's a business interest in it, there are investment interest in it, there are political interest in it, and there's a national security interest, and there's a national interest. And I've always been saying that if you take all the interests away, you can curtail them, and you leave the national interest, where everybody thinks about the welfare and the well-being of our people. Then you realize that the issues will be resolved to the extent that you have not been able to curtail the political interest, which politicians will always call for my head because they hear me talking about how politics has become unproductive sometimes and destroy many of the things Kwame Nkrumah left for us as a nation. You will continue to have some of these difficulties because the two categories of people who have the financial muscle to sponsor many of the things we are talking about is the political class. The other one is the business people who hide behind the politicians to have influence to get to many of these places. And we pretend as if we do not know or we act as hostages, but we know. And until we begin to ask people the source of funds and the nature of business you do, as it is practiced elsewhere, we'll continue to have some of these problems. And it goes round, and we never get to find a solution. Other than that, there are clear simple ways, and there's a simple way of doing it. Even when it comes to NIMOS, because of political interest, the approach and the methodology we have selected is not helping the cause much. Because if you remember, Operation Vanguard was doing so well, just like NIMOS. Then Operation Vanguard was fallback. Back. And some of us were the view that at the point where they call Operation Vanguard back, the inappropriate miners or the galamseers were building capacity and they were spreading their wings across about 6 to 8 different regions of this country. Today, here we are. They have amassed work. They have spread themselves. They build capacity in terms of resources and weaponry and all that. And we put NAMOS in the high-risk intensity crime areas, a hostile environment, and we said they should dismantle, they should cut the supply lines, and they should do all what they have to do. But then the backup plan is where we are lacking. And until we fix the backup plan, where when NIMOS goes in, others come in to support them and make sure that the assignment is done within the specified period and timelines, we're going to take it a little bit further. So that is where we are. It's a simple thing. We don't need a soothsayer, a prophet to tell us. It's simple, and it's looking at us in our face.
It's looking at us in the face. Let me ask you this before I come to Nanaya Ajanto, our presidential staffer, who's just joined us. But the other side of this whole issue about big men or politicians calling these officials to tell them, release my boys, is that if you call me, then it should be easy for me to find that indeed you're the one sponsoring them and you should face prosecution. Shouldn't that be simple for us?
When Pakwesi said it, he has said it. I've watched him and he said it for about 4 to 7 times. And I was like, okay, he has come home now, because this is what some of us have been saying for the past 6, 7 years. You remember there was a particular case the day the head of NIMOS was attacked in the Hafo region, where it was purported that the politician make a call and give the call to the head of NIMOS to speak to another politician. The security agencies acted quickly, or the presidency acted quickly, and they said those 2 officers or one of the politicians should be investigated. Inconclusive investigations create problems. And when investigations take too many times or too long to be concluded, yeah, sometimes it can happen. But when people do not have information, they create all manner of speculations. That outcome has not been made public. And so when you push to fight, then people refer you what has happened to that investigation. There was another 2 senior politicians that the presidency referred to Yoko. Investigation outcomes have not been made public yet. Probably they haven't finished. But once it takes a very long time, and people can pinpoint that there are investigations around politicians within ruling class or within the ruling party who are under investigations, that in itself may face some level of disservice. And I'm thinking that my brother Ramonacha, we need to finish with that. The police also need to finish with their own. That the result will make clear, and it serves as a precedent for some other people, that we have to get the job done, we have to be on the same boat, and we have to be fighting at the same time. Why not politicians calling the NIMOS people to say, release my boy, this is my constituency person and all that. And that is exactly what Pakwesi, who speaks for NIMOS and Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, was talking about. He wasn't Richard Kumada. I'm just echoing exactly what he said from the minister's own office. And the minister is also a politician. And you can see the movement the minister has made. He's everywhere, and he has worked so hard because of NIMOS and because of the ministry that is under him. So if politicians are going to be putting impediments in his way, we're going to fight it, and the strategy has to change and change accordingly.
Mr. Kumad, I want you to hold on for me. I will come back to you for your recommendations and perhaps further information that you have for us. But good morning to you, Nanaya. Thank you very much for joining us. Very well, thank you. How are you as well?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Let me say greetings to everybody. Greetings to your viewers. Greetings to Ghana. Happy New Year to everybody. And Happy New Year to my sister, my Auntie Susan. She's looking like a fairy. Auntie Rodaline. Happy New Year.
Many happy returns.
You see, if you're looking like a fairy, you're looking nice. You see, the point is that this issue of Galamsey, it is becoming a bit strenuous because every time there are new strategies, every time there are new problems. The 24-hour military personnel at these suspected sites is a great idea, and government, government is committed to fighting Galamsey, and the efforts that are being put in place to fight it, shows some commitment. But if government, the minister is doing so much everywhere, putting in strategies every day, trying to, do what is right to ensure that this menace is curtailed, and a political person comes in, as you said, if a political person comes in and says that this is my person, that is the evidence enough to
So why are we
arrest that
not
person.
prosecuting them?
No, but me, I haven't seen. Do you get me? I haven't. There was one who was taken to court, and there's others. They are in court. But for me, where I stand, and that is an indication that government is prepared to deal with their own people. Do you understand?
The information.
And do you have a name should come up? Me, I don't like things that are said vaguely. A politician, which politician? You said a 9-month PR said that.
Yes, that their biggest challenge now is political interference.
My dear, you are 9 months. The president has given you a responsibility to fight. Spokesperson for 9 months. Immediately you mention that political interference, you have to start mentioning names. Do you get it? Because if you don't start mentioning names, how do we deal with those people? So you can't just come on TV vaguely and say what is political interference? Political interference is multifaceted. It can be chiefs, it can be politicians. Do you get me? Politics is wide. So you should tell us who are these, which politician came and said, this is my boy, leave him. We need to also know the thin line. If that thin line between small-scale mining, where they have a license, and the Galamsey, that is also very problematic, because in this exercise, we need to be able to draw the line carefully for those who have the license and for those who do not have the license. But me, my issue is that my issues have always been foundational issues. The foundational issues, I saw 4 Chinese people lined up. Beatrice, when you enter every country, at the border, whether it's a land border or air, they ask you, what are you coming to do? These Chinese, how do they enter this country? Whether they come by road or they come by air. When they come, what does the immigration ask them what they are coming? When they fill their form. These days, we don't fill forms. But somebody is entering your country, a foreigner. You don't find out why the person is here. Because me, I have said it and I'll insist on it, that the young boys who are in the pits mining, they are not the people we should target. We should target the kingpins behind the young boys. And I'm happy that it has started. Because these Chinese people, they are foreigners, they come into our country, and when they come, they just enter. How do they come? What do they say they are coming to do? Who is monitoring to ensure that what they said they are coming to do is true? Especially in the face of Galamsey. Who is monitoring them?
But others say that, yes, they may come to the country, but they don't know where your forests are. You show them where your forests are.
That is what I'm coming to. No, but one, when they came, what did they tell you they are coming to do? One. Number 2, I've written it here. Release of lands. Who releases these lands to them for them to mine in it? Who releases the lands? Who directs them that you can come here? These lands, because of our land tenure system, most of these lands belong to families. So as we are fighting the Galamsey, we are fighting the peripheral. We are fighting the surface. Even we need to educate the people who own the lands to be able to understand that it is not profitable or it is not worthy for you to give your land to a foreigner, to anybody to mine on. We should let them understand that the most useful and profitable, and the word is not coming. What you have to do for your nation is to turn that land into a useful venture. a farmland, an industry, partner with some investor to build some industries outside Accra so that we decongest. Today I'm late because of traffic. And we need to decongest our cities. We have to let decentralization work. And if we are educating these people that your land can be useful, you'll be a patriotic citizen. If you use your land for a useful venture, that will benefit the people in the nation. We see, when we are fighting this, we take military, we take soldiers, it is good. We burn their machines. Even how do these machines enter this country? That machine that they call Shamfan, is it not a specialized machine for illegal mining? Or for mining?
They can build them, fabricate them.
Sometimes they assemble them here.
My dear, what they assemble, the parts. Is there no intelligence to know where they are even doing it? Because you see, if you are fighting this, you have to curb everything. You have to clip wings.
But I think from the beginning of the year, we heard, actually from last year, we heard the government say that now you will not just get up and import some of these equipment. You would have to make a request. You need to get approval.
Yes.
We heard the lands minister say
But
that.
some already have it. Do you get me? Some people have it in their yards locked up. Maybe they imported it 2024 before the directive came in. So they will release it bit by bit, depending on the kind of security or the kind of activity enforcement going on within the enclave. So even those people, how did they bring it in? I mean, it is key. We have to look at, and especially who gives the land. As you said, these Chinese people come, we come. Who gives the land?
I want to try and get an answer on the bit about political interference. The understanding I'm getting from what Pakwesi Shandov told us earlier, which was yesterday.
Oh, Shandov, my son Shandov.
Yes, was that there was political interference. My understanding could be that those politicians could be those in power or in opposition.
Yes, for
so
politicians.
what kind of direction? Is there any direct or specific direction given to NIMOS officials or those involved in this fight that when they call you, let us know that they are the ones behind them, just so they are able to name and eventually lead to prosecution?
Yeah. You see, the president has said clearly that nobody is above the law in this country. Do you get me? He has said that even any minister of his, maybe the people are calling out from the previous government, but this government, you dare not, because the president has said this specifically, that if you bring scandal to me, you'll be dealt with. If you bring problem to this government, you'll be dealt with.
So what you're saying is that NIMOS is empowered enough to name those individuals that would eventually lead to prosecution?
Why not? What will happen? NIMOS has been given if NIMOS is not naming the people who are calling them, and they are failing, because the president has given them all the powers. Do you remember that when they were molested, the National Security Coordinator came out strongly to say that anybody who makes an attempt to attack the NIMOS, then there's trouble. So as for the president, he has given a directive. He has told them that fight this. I am prepared to fight it. And you see, people forget. His Excellency Mahama fought this Galamsey in 2013. He did so much. And at the end of the day, the same interference from chiefs, from this, from that. But this time, you see, he has come as a different person, second coming. So he's saying that if you are involved, get out of it. He has told all of us specifically, if you are involved in this matter, get out. If you are caught, I'm not going to be nice to you. So, Pakwesi, you are my son. I beg you, if you have come to say this, don't leave it as empty as it is. Come out and tell us who is interfering. Which politician, whether today or yesterday, let us know. Because you cannot just come and tell us that, politicians are interfering, political interference. What is political interference? Is it at the traditional level? Is it at the local level? Is it at the regional level? Is it at the national level? Let us know.
I realized that Madam Susan Adramako, I wanted to add something when even Mr. Kumado was talking. What else do you want to add?
It's written along somebody.
I think that we do ourselves a disfavor, all of ourselves. We pay the price for it when we are unable to bring things to a proper conclusion. I mean, life is not so complicated. Like you said, somebody picks up a phone and calls you and say, release my voice. You are like, yes, sir. You don't mind that I make this public because we think that this is the way to go. And you tell the person ahead of time that you are going to make it public. I think we need to make an example of some people. And I always say that if we don't fix the top, those at the bottom will continue in the bad behavior. You understand? You need to make examples of the people at the top. And those then at the bottom will say, hey, let me sit properly. You understand? Because even if those at the top that have the kind of connections that they have are being punished for wrongdoing, then that's for me that I'm small fry. You understand? But if it's how would I put it, is asymmetrical. If you are punishing just those at the bottom and then those at the top are getting away with it, it doesn't help the society because those at the bottom are a lot more and they will continue in that way. You understand? So it is important to make examples of people. That is the only way that you can cut out corruption. And if we don't make those examples, there was a queen in England. I forget her name and she had hints. Not Mary. Catherine, one of those people. She had a hint that an ex-lover of hers was planning to have sort of a coup against her. She cut his head off. She went, she cried over him, and cried and cried. And she went ahead and cut his head off. Was an example. You won't play with her next time. You understand? I think that we need to get to that point where, if it doesn't stop me from loving you, but I will punish you for the action because your action has broader implications. If those politicians they have no love for Mr. Mahama, if they go against his will and his character to do the wrong things, and they have no love for this country either. And so if people don't have any love for this country, we don't want them. They have to be punished. You understand? And so I think that for me, it's simple. Somebody picks up a phone and says, release my voice. You tell the person, I said, mother, this is on the nearest radio station. As soon as I put this phone down, you don't mind, do you? And we should be recording our calls. You want to call the NIMOS, whatever. He should be recording his calls. You understand? Because he is in a certain sensitive position. If Big Brother has to come and bear on people to ensure that the right thing is done for the good of us all, we have to do that. We have to get to use a certain principle, the greater good. It has to be about the greater good. You understand? So I think that where we are in this war, it's about time that the people understand that if we don't do this, we all perish. It's an existential threat. It's a sword hanging over our heads, ready to drop at any time. And so, when we reach drastic times, drastic measures have to be taken. And people have to be made examples of. And people have to be sacrificed. And if that is the sacrifice that we need to do to ensure that we leave this land clean, we leave this our health clean, then we have to pay that price.
We have to pay that price.
We have to.
Let me just read a couple of messages and I'll come to you, Madam Ayana. Blessing on YouTube says, I'm even tired. Can't the government be more strict and punish the corporates? That is why things are going like that. And Dignity says, the chiefs are part of this galamsey. There is Ostrich J. He says, he cannot give names because he does not think anyone, not even the president, can protect him. Government itself, I really can't get the rest of your message, but then you add that investigations that should have taken weeks, we haven't still seen the results, even months after they started. Let me get your thoughts on this, Madam Ayana, and I'll go for the final thought of Mr. Kumado, who is via video call with us.
Well, I just want to say that political interference has always been there. It's not something that just recently happened. Even when in the 80s, there was no political party, and we wouldn't say they were politicians. They were revolutionaries. It's happened. For me, I just think that people have to be bold enough to, like Susan said, call out. Let's name and shame. Let people out there know that, look, this is the person who has called me. This is what has happened. I think the Collins Dowda one, it was made public, you know, that this person called Collins and said, let me call so-and-so, Honorable Collins Dowda, and then it came out public.
One of the persons who sent us message said perhaps they fear that they might not be protected.
Exactly. It's the protection bit, you understand? And political interference is a very strong thing. I remember in the 80s when Galamsey was being fought at Ubwasi AGC, there was this particular guy who was supposed to be the big nut to crack. Everybody knew that he was doing it, but you couldn't pinpoint him and that kind of thing. Eventually, he was grabbed, and he was jailed for 25 years. And we were told then that if this man spends even 5 years, then he has done well. You understand? Less than 2 years, he was out. And we finally got to know that it was a big wig. He was working for a big wig. And to the extent that Jerry John Rawlings did not even know that even though the person was very close to him, this person was in the Galamsey business with all these people. So it's very difficult. His Excellency John Mahama would be there with ministers. They might be sitting on the same table shouting Galamsey, Galamsey, but they may be the same people doing the thing. So the only way that we can get the information is when those people who are sent out there get that information to just name and shame. And then maybe we'll begin to see people drawing back, you understand? But when it comes to the funding, it is not just the big people. Recently, when you look at the young people that are going there, most of them are just coming out of school. They don't have any money, and they just go empty-handed. They go in there, and sometimes they just gather a few coins, and they acquire a small land, and they also start doing Galamsey. So the whole issue now is how do we get our young people back to work? What do we do to make sure that they get employed, even from the district levels, from the villages, from all the small places? Because they are the ones rushing in. If you go to the Upper East, Upper West, especially if you go to Ubwasi, most of the people who are working there were from Upper West. Most of them. And they all probably left work going back with nothing, with just a bicycle and some few cedis and then tuberculosis. That was then. I don't know about now. So all I'm trying to say is that we get all these young people coming from the regions, from the towns, from the villages. They are all rushing to those places. It used to be going to the cocoa farms, but now we're being told that cocoa farmers are even selling their lands for Galamsey.
Yes, they want quick money.
Exactly. Everybody wants quick money. So these young people are now also joining in that train of Galamsey. So it's a very difficult thing. And I think that district assemblies must be very well involved, especially when it comes to their areas, to get to be able to talk to the young people, find out how they can help them to at least be gainfully employed. Not the fact that everybody is waiting for a government job. You understand? Government cannot give everybody a job. But at least some resources must be made available for those people who are coming from certain areas. If you're coming from an area that you can go into farming, into piggery, into poultry, into whatever, let government try and help you to go into those ones. I think that might help us from letting all these young people go into those areas.
How quickly do we need to change, for instance, our curriculum in schools? Because we are training people to be doctors, lawyers, and bankers. I'm not saying that those are not relevant, but at least for people to have the skills they need that they can go and work even when those jobs are not available. How quickly do we need to
I think that is long overdue.
Like yesterday.
Yeah, that's long overdue. We should have been doing that. Because the kinds of courses that we are doing now, it's like we're all dependent on government. And then somebody called me yesterday. I said, look, you cannot continue to be doing the same. How many resource officers does an entity need? You understand? Or human resource. How many? And recently, when you look at the job market, the future of work is such that it's very, very precarious. Because even in the banking halls now, you don't need a lot of people. It's all technology. AI and all those things. You look at accountancy, it's the same thing. And you're looking at medicine and all those things. You know, that is one of the things. Everybody thinks that when you're a lawyer, when you're a doctor, when you're this, then you're rich. So everybody is thinking of going there. So of late, we have an influx of everybody going to do law. Soon we'll all be going to the court, lawyer to lawyer in court. You know what I mean? Because that's how it is. We've forgotten about agriculture, you know, agriculture. We've forgotten about all those things that relate to us as a country. We have vast lands. Those are the things that we're
Vast
supposed to
lands
be doing.
with many problems.
Yeah, we have vast lands, but
We
not
have vast
everywhere.
lands. Sorry to cut you, but we need to tackle our land issue.
Yeah, the
Because
land issue
our
is
land
also one.
It's a problem. Because there are people, I know of people who have gone to get lands to make farms, to have, and they are having problems just securing that land. Because the chief has given the land, the townspeople see you prospering. Now they want to go into farming, and they don't want to go for other land, so they want to come for your farm and your land. I mean, I think that one of the things that maybe Nkrumah didn't do for us was to have collected every single land and put it under government land. And then we are able to say that this land, it is for a factory, and that's it. I mean, in this country right now, well demarcated. And if you don't want to build a factory, go elsewhere. You understand? You have homes, and the next door to the home is some humongous structure. Nobody understands what is going on. There's no regulation. And then all of a sudden, somewhere that's supposed to be residential, they say it's mixed.
Yes.
But that was all of a sudden it's mixed.
It's mixed.
It's mixed. So you have all manner of things that are happening. Our
there.
land issue too, we are able to sit down and resolve our land issue. It will affect our agriculture. It will affect our lives.
Let me get the final.
I think that when it comes to the land issue, I mean, technology has made it possible for you to take very small land and grow a lot of things. We should be looking at those things.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, there are some countries that do not have that kind of land, but they are able to feed themselves. So why should we even be complaining about that now? You understand? So I think that with the land issue, we should also look at the scientific way of being able to use little land to grow more food.
To grow more food. Let me get your final thoughts, Mr. Kumado. Hopefully you're still on the line with us. Really your final recommendations, including the bit that perhaps the NIMOS officials may not be naming and shaming because they are thinking of their own protection. How do we tackle that as well?
No, I think because they will be deployed on a 24-hour basis, they should look at the incident response strategy again, and it should be tailored towards a high-risk management area so that safety and personal security of the officers will be safe, or they could be achieved. And once security compliance is achieved, they will be fine. But they have also worked with some of the chiefs that have been helpful to them. They should continue in that regard. They should do their bit with educating the youth within the geographical area. When it comes to they being protected, the president has given his word. I think this is where you will need leadership from National Security Secretariat Council, that if anybody goes after them, the National Security Coordinator will need to take the bull by the horn and ensure that president is aware and the guys are set free. Sometimes, if you have been to the front lines before and you engage in things that we call political interference, it can even lead to death. So I can understand why they wouldn't want to name and shame, and they will want to say it publicly like my brother Pakwesi has said. But by and large, I think when everything converges and all the agencies have come full stream like NAMOS is doing, and Gold Board has come on full stream, and the land is being reclaimed, and the water bodies are being dechemicalized, I think we are going to do something great for ourselves. But before then, there's a long way to go, and we need to catch up as quickly as possible.
We need to catch up as quickly as possible. I want to say thank you very much, Mr. Richard Kumado, for joining us on the phone and sharing your perspectives with us. I want us to move to Sedina Tamaklu Ationu, because yesterday we heard that she was to appear before a U.S. immigration court following that request by Ghanaian authorities to get her extradited to Ghana to face her jail term of 10 years. But before that, there's an issue that's been brewing, which is within the opposition NPP, and the fact that over the last days, even as early as yesterday, there is that fight between Kennedy Japan and that Bawumia as well, after Ken went out publicly and said that Bawumia is a liar and should not be voted for. And we've had the Bawumia camp also asking him to provide evidence. The questions people are asking is, how do you ensure that with just a few days to the party's presidential primary, you're able to bring everybody together to have an opposition party that is strong enough ahead of the 2028 general election? Perhaps I should start with you, Madam Ayana, your thoughts on it.
I don't know what I have to say about MPP internal matters. And as to whether Kennedy Japan told a lie or Baumia told a lie, that's for the MPP to deal with. You know, there's this clip going around in the social media where somebody asked a woman about something to do with the MPP, and he said, ask this other person, and says, no, I'm NDC. So in this situation, I'd like to say I cannot really talk on this issue because gendarme is everywhere, you understand, and that is their internal matter. There's a lot more that each one of them has said about the other. All of them, the 5 people, I'll just take out maybe Ajepong,
Kwabena
Japan,
and the former education minister,
and then the Edichum. But when it comes to Brana Champong and Baumia and Kennedy, they've been at each other. So for me, that's their fight.
The question is, how do you expect leaders, or really what should they be doing to deal with this? Because it's the largest opposition party, and for a democracy to work, it has to function as it should.
I don't know. I mean, politics in this country, that's how it's been. We've tried as much as possible to make it decent. And for people who want to lead this country, one would have expected that they would also be decent. Take out the personal insults and all that, and stick to what you're going to be able to do for this country and also for your party. So if they've gone overboard and now it's become muddied and it's dirty, they should handle it themselves.
Madam Susanne Dramankwa.
I mean, my interest is in as far as that whoever is elected may become the president of Ghana, and we would hope that whoever that they would pick has character, because character is important. You know, so far a lot of our politics has been about money, and so we've been putting people without character in places where they should not be. You understand? And that is where my interest is. And I would hope that, I mean, that a big party like that they would have internal structures on how to deal with conflict. Because conflict is everywhere. And conflict, you know, on its own might not necessarily be bad, but it is the way it is handled, you understand, that makes it either bad or it could be for good. So I think that they should look within. What is the bigger picture? How would Ghanaians perceive them when all this is over? And in looking at that bigger picture, ensure that peace happens. I hear they are signing some peace.
Yes,
whatever,
later
today. Well, we hope that people, like I said, they show character. They not just go and sign a piece of paper, but actually live it. That is the problem with us as a people. We don't seem to have the kind of leadership that will lift us up from the depths in which we have sunk, and that is grieving to most of us. It makes us sad that we are not seeing leadership emerge that we can have a certain pride in, and it's terrible. It's terrible. So we don't want to be pessimistic, but we would hope that the largest opposition party would find it within themselves to make the roaches of the past, to make all those people who had integrity, who had a certain how would I put it? Yeah, integrity, a certain character, make them proud. If you look at, okay, I don't want to mention names. I'll save it. But if you look at some of their regional chairmen that they pick, I mean, you are like, wow, is this the MPP? Look at the people that they have picked in their leadership, and you wonder, is this the MPP really? I'm not an MPP member, but in times past, you could look at their leadership and the kind of men that they had and women that they had in their leadership, and not be a member but be proud of them. But this one, you look at them and you are wondering, wow, how have they sunk so low? You understand? They should. I mean, my interest is in as far as that is possible that one of them can be a president of this country. They should make sure that they choose somebody of character, somebody who just doesn't just go and sign a piece of paper, but actually lift that paper till 31st of January when they
31st of January.
They go and elect a person. They themselves, they know people, and it should not be about who has money or who we already know. If you have character, it will shine through. If you are a diamond in the rough, it will shine through. So it's not about who we already know also, because we know some of them, and some of them they presented before, and we don't like them. We don't like them.
Yeah,
It is for them. It is for them to choose.
There's chaos in NPP.
Just how you expect the leaders, I mean,
Who are the
to put
leaders? They don't
things
have,
together
they don't have
just so...
leadership. NPP, do they have leadership? Where are their leaders?
I'm going to say, ask the other person.
There's a general secretary, there's a chairman, at least an
Who is the
acting chairman,
chairman?
and other leaders within the party.
If they have leaders, this will not happen.
So please, I want to ask you.
There are party structures. There is a constitution in every political party. There are structures that you follow. There are disciplinary committees. Actions that are not good enough, you have to be disciplined. You see, MPP, Auntie Susan was saying that they should think about Darucha, Janice Selby, and those people. You get, but now they have amnesia. They have yes, Dambucho was good.
He was fantastic.
Yes.
Say good guy.
He was fantastic. He was great. But I'm saying that right now they've forgotten where they are. They have amnesia.
So moving forward, just to get your thoughts briefly.
I'm telling you, it's not briefly. That wasn't brief. Can you come and tell me briefly? I'm building my point. Don't stop it.
Yes,
Susan wasn't brief. This is New Year. So I'm saying that a peace pact to them is a piece of paper. 2020, they signed a peace pact. 8 people died. 2024, they signed. What happened? There was chaos during the elections. So for them,
that was national. It wasn't within the NPP.
But who was ruling the country? That even the larger picture that involves other people, not themselves. When there's a fight in the family, you deal with it internally. But if you take it outside, then it becomes problematic. The peace pact for what? Tomorrow you hear them fighting. One say this is a liar. One say this is not good. One say this one is disrespectful. So peace pact, what does it mean? It means that party doesn't exist. Your MPP does not exist, too. Because what is going on, if the party really exists, the structures will automatically deal with it. Maybe they have to go into other parties. For instance, maybe they should get Honorable Esiedun Ketia, somebody from CPP to come in. They need consultants to come and help them. Because the way it is, they don't have a party. There's no leadership.
Is it not also true that...
Look, even CPP that we don't have a party.
All parties have internal issues.
Internal structures work.
Is it not true that all parties
I am
equally have
telling you that
issues?
internal structures, it works in part. If they are you said they are the biggest party. You see,
opposition
party. Biggest, I don't know, in parliament, how many are they?
Look at
I should get up. How many are they in parliament? You say they are big opposition party.
87.
Oh, they are just dwindled. And they don't know where they are. Well, I'm telling you, you see, what they should have done, they shouldn't have gone for any primaries. They should have taken time to rebuild their party because they are still in shock. There's a shock that is making them behave the way they are behaving now. They are still in total shock because they were defeated in 20. The way they were defeated, they are in shock. But, Beatrice, serious people focus. People who are going somewhere, no matter the noises around them, they focus. I am disappointed that the two of them are fighting and throwing innuendos at each other. It does not look good. It means they are not ready to rule this nation. Do you get me? Between they are not ready at all. We should not take them seriously. Because if you are serious and you know what you are doing, even if somebody throws an insult at you, you keep quiet and move on. But now they are replying each other. Some of them are even coming out to say that they sponsored a group of people in the eastern region. These things don't have to even come out. Then it means that they themselves, they are not using strategy to run this campaign. There's a form of desperation. People who are not even ready to be presidents want to be presidents. So for the chaos in there, it is clearly the situation in which they are. It is whatever is going that is exhibiting amongst these presidential candidates. The party itself is in chaos.
What do you expect of the leadership ahead of January 31?
I don't expect anything. They can't do anything. What do you want me to expect? Because if at this time, January 31 is just next week, if at this time they can't do anything, what can change? A common paper that they are writing, it won't do anything. The leadership have failed.
Let me get your thoughts, Madam Ayana, on Sedina Tamaklo Atienu and the fact that, of course,
I should start.
Tell us what
she faced just very briefly, and then we'll wrap up the conversation today. For me, the question is, she's not the only one facing the U.S. courts. Ken Ofori-Atta, we saw at least briefly. Yes, also no.
Accused 720.
Yes, faced the court. We saw a bit of he at least sitting down before his case was called, and later
in a black shirt for the first time.
Convict 720.
His lawyer, his name is Ken Ofori-Atta.
No.
That was the number they gave him as for the case.
Yeah, so he's not known as Ken Ofori-Atta over there.
Okay, so the point I'm making is that he's facing the court. If I may land, please, he's facing the court, and then Sedina as well. What do you think these? What kind of signal do these send really to individuals who are in power and those in a position to be careful of the kind of actions and their inactions as well?
Beatrice, all jokes aside, I feel very sad. You know, I feel sad that people who came to serve this country suddenly are being, I don't know what to say, incarcerated somewhere else because of things that they did in this country. Sedina, I think, should have come back when this thing happened to at least defend herself. And if she couldn't come back, this whole extradition was sent in 2024?
July
2024. So that was not her government. But as soon as NDC came into power, she should have come back and faced the law courts, defend herself, put in an appeal of whatever, you understand? But I don't know what happened, she didn't come. But you see, at the end of the day, everybody is now saying, well, we are asking for Ofori-Atta to come back. And how about Sedina? Sedina has also been asked to come. And we are told that she's actually in the process of being brought back home. It's a pity that such a person, you know, she's a mother, she's a wife, you understand? I think she's a pharmacist.
Yeah. Yes, she's a trained pharmacist.
Yeah, she's a pharmacist. And to have 78 charges of causing financial loss, money laundering, theft, conspiracy to stealing, all those things. They're quite heavy indictments. I think that Sedina should come. She should come and face the courts. She still has a chance to go for appeal. She still has a chance to tell her own side of the story. But you see, when I was looking at the 78, one of the counts was the procurement breach.
It can happen to anyone.
And it can happen to anyone. And I know that there's so many people out there who have committed this particular infraction called procurement breach. And if it's going to be part of Sedina's accusations, I think we must bring out all those who have also been accused of procurement breaches, not just her. But in everything else, I can only wish her well. I can only hope that she comes back. You don't have to fight this because you have children, and by all means, they would want to come home You have family back in Ghana. You see, I look at the situation with Sedina differently from Oforiatta. Because with Oforiatta, after reading the...
And if you could be wrapping up for me, so
yes,
I
I'm
can
wrapping
get at
up.
least 30 seconds.
So I'm just
each.
saying that I think Sedina should come, and I think she should come and face the courts and then plead her case. But then, you see, Sedina's case, people are talking. It's different from Oforiatta's case. After reading the Ejapa paper, I'm not muddying the waters. I'm only just saying that when you say that you're going to take, you make sure that generations yet unborn will also enjoy whatever.
I mean, it's a document that they haven't really
no, he's not been convicted.
As
no, he's not
really
been
a
convicted.
true reflection of what they stand for. So,
yes,
if you would just stick to
I am sticking to it.
Yes.
I am saying that I am from out there. A public interest is what I'm talking about. And people are saying, I didn't like the way he looked. And someone said, oh, he doesn't look very well. What
He does. He looks okay.
No, he
looks
doesn't
fine.
look very well. Oh, no, you could see that he was a bit wobbly, which is also with age. But whatever it is, you know, we would want him to also be able to come back in one piece. Because at the end of the day, we all lose out if he doesn't come back.
Forgive me in 30 seconds. Your word
so
on
I
Sedina.
think Sedina should come and serve her sentence.
Yes.
And she can appeal from jail. You understand? Because she's been convicted. I mean, she can't go and come and be walking around and appeal. That is wrong, and that sends wrong signals. You understand? She's been convicted. She comes, she's serving her sentence, she can appeal. She didn't give herself the opportunity to come and face those charges and counter them. Right now, she can't come and bring in new evidence. If it goes to an appeal, it is on the evidence that was already there. You understand? She can't come and introduce any new thing and say any new thing because she was given the opportunity to do that and she did not take that opportunity. So she should come and answer on the 78 where she, whatever it is that she can, but she cannot come and, or with new evidence, whatever. And she denied it for herself. You get it. I think that there's a lot of cynicism in the air where people say, she's going to come and then they are going to find something to release her and let her walk around. That is wrong. We should not allow that to happen. People should be punished for their wrongdoings and the things that they do wrong. We should be made to be responsible for our choices. She made the choice to not come back and face the court and even answer some of those things that maybe is just a procurement something and would have deserved a slap in the wrist. You understand? So when you make a certain choice, it comes with consequences.
And you must
come to face it. And because of, we talked about the deterrent for other people, she needs to come and serve her sentence. And so when she comes out, they should meet her at the airport and send her straight to whichever prison that she's supposed to go and start her appeal from there.
Don't tell me brief.
Our time is up, actually.
No,
our time is up.
I'm the last one. Don't tell me brief. Let me speak. You see, the point is that Sedinam, the Attorney General said that Sedinam will come and serve her sentence. He was very categorical about it. I mean, for me, what has happened before has happened. Sedinam can come and then appeal her case, so that we can go into it and look at it. I mean, for now, once whoever asked her to leave this country did her a disservice. She should have stayed and faced the law. Woon to me is here, he's in court, and he has lost weight, but he's there. You see, so the point is that Kenoforia tattoo should come. I've heard he said he's afraid somebody will do something to him. I don't know what it is. What is he afraid of? Is he afraid of the dungeons of Yoko? Or is he afraid of the BNI? Or is he afraid of the CID? Which one? Do you get me? Those places are places that you go to. We have all been there before. But we as politicians should also understand that when we are in office, we should know that one day we'll be accountable to the people.
One day we'll be accountable to the people.
So
Thank you very much.
Give me time.
Nana Chantua. And she said, our time is actually up.
I was just saying that it's only Susan who knows somebody in detention that looks good.
Nana Chantua, presidential staff. Thank you very much. Also to you, Madam Rotlin Imorayana,
the most
public interest advocate. And also to you,
Madam
Susan Edramampa, Executive Secretary, National Interest Movement. movement. Your microphones are actually off. Our time is up. Thank you very much for joining us and for sharing your thoughts with us. Let me just read this quick one. Abi, my regards to your panelists. Any attack on the NIMOS is an attack on Ghanaians and must not be allowed. Gladly, the army is being called upon to deploy 24/7, 360. They should shoot at first sight. We are fed up. Okay, so I mean, there's human rights. There's the country respects human rights, and in the operations, I believe NIMOS officials have also been told that there should be the respect of human rights. But thank you very much for sending in your messages. That'll be it for the big issue here on Newday on TV3. Now, if you want to look smart and fashionable, visit any Woodin boutique nationwide today. Woodin offers an amazing collection of authentic African fabrics and ready-to-wear that come in beautiful designs and colors for men and women. With Woodin, you can get creative and versatile with your designs. Be confident and show off how truly African you are in Woodin. Go to a Woodin boutique near you today and choose from a variety of trendy products to complement your unique style. Follow Woodin Fashion on Facebook, Instagram at Woodin Fashion, and TikTok at Woodin_fashion. Woodin, le créateur. My name is Beatrice Sedu. Thank you very much for joining us on The Big Issue. When we come back, we'll bring you more on Newday. Just stay with us.
Remember, always we have cash out. It goes with the short code star 439 hash. And as many times as you can, increase the number of tickets that you always need to stake. And you become one of those lucky. Let me say good morning to Yvette as well as Albert and Stan of Yakumka Travel and Tours. And the World Cup will be a good thing with Yakumka Travel and Tours, Charlie. I'm just looking forward to that. But Bill Lishen is here. Bill, we have to talk CAF.
No, Bill. you just had the talk with me.
Yeah, Mutala. You know,
he just had the chit chat with me.
So this is what happened.
I was even walking in, you called me Mutala.
Relax.
So what is happening?
So, you know, because I know that I'll be talking about the African Cup of Nations, and I know Bill was there. That's why. So my mind is just...
I understand.
And Bill is always usually in black,
Yeah. But you have a lot of love out there, trust me.
Thank you.
Because this morning, I just got a message from the president of Mediama Sporting Club, Moses Ama. He was like, I like this guy, and you should come for Jesus and give it to them. And also, he says, Moses Ama. He says, you can.
It's a short guy?
Not short.
Okay.
He's a mining guru.
Okay, I used to know one Moses Ama. He used to be an MC or a DC also.
This one, he's even part of the Black Stars Management Committee.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a member of the Black Stars Management Committee. Mediama.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the president of Mediama Sporting Club.
Call him right now and let me talk to him.
You talk to him, you get to meet him.
But what do we have from CAF? You know, there's been a lot of uproar for that final.
Yeah.
And the decisions have been flying left, right, center. But more importantly are the speculations.
Of course. And CAF has now delivered one verdict already. This has to do with Algeria, Nigeria in the quarterfinal. There was a melee at the end as well. And CAF says that they were not pleased with what they saw, especially from the Algerian quartet. So they've delivered some sanctions. Some suspension has come in. The goalkeeper for the Algerian national team, Lucas Zidane, his father is Zinedine Zidane, the popular Zinedine Zidane. He has received a 2-match ban, but it will not take effect now. It will take effect in the 2027 qualifiers, CAF qualifiers. So he's still eligible to play in the World Cup. That is what we are hearing. And Rafik Begali, also a defender for Algeria, has been suspended for 4 games. Also, they've been 50,000 fined for the media and fan behavior, and also a 10,000 fine for failing to comply with security rules. So someone would say not too harsh on Algeria, because many thought that they could have a harsher punishment than this because of what we saw in that quarterfinal game against Nigeria. But the good news for them is that these players will still be eligible to play in the World Cup, because the ban only starts during the 2027 CAF qualifiers to lead into the Africa Cup of Nations in 2027. So Lucas Zidane, the son of Zinedine Zidane, cleared to play in the World Cup. Okay, so it means that if there will be any actions meted out to Senegal, it means that it will be... That is what we don't know. Because it will be after the World Cup. Yes, but Senegal's own could actually move into the World Cup, because theirs was a bit severe in terms of walking off the pitch. That is something that CAF really frowns on. So we don't know the verdict that will come for Senegal. But for Algeria, hooray, at least it would come after the World Cup. But for Senegal, we'll find out soon. CAF says they will issue a statement on that. Okay, we'll see how that goes. We'll be monitoring the sidelines, and then 3 Sports will give us the latest. But Champions League, a lot of action. A lot of action last night. Many were thinking that Chelsea would brush off Pafos. It never happened. It was just 1-0. Barcelona had to do it the hard way against Slavia Prague. At a point, it was 2-2. Many thought that Barca were choking. They came back from the break and they won by 4 goals. It was a good game for Barcelona and Hansi Flick, because domestically they've been doing well. A bit topsy-turvy for them. Mohamed Salah is back. Is back to the Liverpool ranks. They also won against Marseille, so it was a good one for Liverpool as well. It's not been easy for Liverpool, especially that friction between the manager Arne Slot and Mohamed Salah. It looks like they've patched up, but from the quarters of Mohamed Salah, there's still that friction. So the UEFA Champions League is shaping up well. It's left with just 1 match to complete the group phase. But Arsenal have taken top seed. They are the only team that have won 7 games out of 7 in the group phase so far. So if they can make it 8 out of 8, that would be a record for them. Bayern Munich also pushing in there. And it looks like they've also qualified automatically. Real Madrid with that huge win are now third. Liverpool have also entered the top 4. Tottenham, also PSG, Newcastle. Chelsea all making the top 8. And the new format, the top 8 teams qualify automatically. Then the teams from 9th to 24th will be engaged in a playoff. So currently, Barcelona will need to win their final group game to be able to qualify automatically. If not, they will be engaged in the playoff as well, and it wouldn't be good for them because you have an extra game, and the likes of Arsenal would rather have an extra rest, and not good for them. So that is what is happening. And the teams from 25th to 36th automatically exit the tournament. So the likes of Napoli, Copenhagen, Club Brugge are all in danger of exiting the UEFA Champions League.
All right, very, very interesting there. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. But our own Ibrahim Sulemana has been in the news.
Yes, Atalanta rose to prominence. He had been injured for a long time. Came back, started playing. We all thought that, okay, Ibrahim is back to his best, but he's fine. Game time, very difficult. So he's returned to Cagliari on loan for the next 6 months up until the World Cup. So we need to prove himself that he can actually play so that Otoado maybe consider him joining the squad for that World Cup in the USA, Mexico, Canada, because as it stands, a lot of players have already booked a place. It looks like the likes of Thomas Partey are replaceable. So he will need to also justify himself to be able to get into that.
All right. And Kofi Chire has made a return from
I mean, huge relief for Ghanaians. After 2 years, 10 months, Daniel Kofi Chire is back training with Freiburg. When we went to the AFCON in 2022, he was one of the best players we had seen on the pitch. When we exited the tournament, 2021, when in Cameroon, we exited the tournament with Comoros beating us, he was one of the best players. We all thought we'd gotten a partner for Thomas Partey. Then he goes on to get injured. Had to come back last year, but there was a setback. He needed to go back. So he's been out for 2 years, 10 months, but he's back training with Freiburg. What we do not know is whether he's going to play competitive games leading up to the World Cup. Already people have started talking about the fact that if he's fit and he's playing regularly, then he should be part of the World Cup squad. He's one of the best players we've seen in recent times in the Black Stars. But 2 years, 10 months at home and not playing football, it will take him some time. He might not have the match sharpness. But maybe Freiburg will give him some game time.
And ACL accusate ligament injuries are always
difficult, terrible.
Michael Essien, I remember him all the time.
Yeah.
All right. So now we have to look at, a lot of Ghanaian players have had their time in football. I'm just watching some training matches on that turf, that raw turf with Mohamed Gago, Augustine Ahimfuel, etc. And that's a good time.
Yeah, the Art Baoleshi.
Yes.
Yeah.
One who is not ready to hang his boots is Andre Ayew, our former captain, son of the legend.
The funny thing, the topic of Andre Ayew always divides opinion.
Yeah, and I know he's back. He's back
He's back into top flight football. He now plays for NAC Breda in the Dutch league. And now the question is, if Andre Ayew is fit and playing regularly, if you're Otoado, would you take him to the World Cup? Because it looks like Andre Ayew is not ready.
Is that a conversation?
They've had a conversation in the past. That is why Andre is not even part of the Black Stars anymore. And Otto clearly said that after that conversation, Andre was not happy with what he said. But, I mean, he signed for NAC Breda. He says that he needs a lot of match fitness and sharpness as well. He's spoken for the first time and says that he's focused on getting the better with NAC Breda.
I think the lesson that we have a solid team, we have a solid base. We can defend, we can attack, we can also play football, and get some good minutes. Felt good. Need to continue to build on this. It wasn't bad. We can do much more, but we won't go just crazy. Take your time. We keep building on what we're doing. But I felt very good, and I'm starting to understand the other players, my colleagues, how they move, how they want the ball, qualities. They are understanding me too, and that's very, very important in our football today. So for me, it's great, and I didn't feel like, sometimes you get into a team and you're a bit lost in the first weeks because, you need to really adapt, but the guys really took me in really well. And I want to thank them for that. They made me feel straight away comfortable. They're giving me the respect for what even I've done. And then, we have a good relationship straight away. And so I felt really, really cool, and the coach and the staff, my senior brother, they're giving me the confidence to.
And the main language is also English.
English,
Yeah,
so it's easier for me to adapt. So I'm very happy with how things are going, but we're always very happy when we start winning. So.
Well, so Andrea Ayo.
You saw Matthew Amwa.
Yeah, Matthew Amwa, former Black Star.
Matthew Amwa,
Yeah,
the good old
also,
Matthew Amwa.
Was very good during
Of
his
course,
prime. Even
especially with the qualifiers when we're playing the World Cup qualifiers, leading up to the 2006 World Cup. He was very influential, scored some crucial goals. Even at the AFCON where we exited in the group stage, he scored against Senegal. I mean, he's paid his dues as far as the Black Stars is
but
concerned.
as a Black Star fan, he always made us sweat.
Of course, that is Matthew Amwa. Then Asamoah Gyan bails us out.
He could miss a lot of chances. But he was a typical number 9 striker.
Yeah, typical
you have
number
to,
9.
He creates a space, so you have to put slots.
And he's a journeyman. He played for NAC, brother. So he works with them in administrative capacity. That is why he was the one that was sitting with Andrea Ayew. So let's see, can Andrea Ayew, the big question is, can Andrea Ayew be sharp enough to get into
Is it even a question?
It's a big
I'm
question.
surprised that you sports journalists are making it a topic for all of us to discuss.
Why?
I think Andrea Ayew has paid his dues. It's satisfying.
But he's still playing.
He's given us
football.
some great memories.
He still says that when he's fit and he's playing, he's one of the best.
I see. Well, let's. We have to end, but let's look at tennis.
Yeah. Tennis, interesting one. I mean, Novak Djokovic doing well in the Australian Open as well. He's entered the third round and he wants to win his 25th Grand Slam title. Is it going to be? Because Jannik Sinner, who is the defending champion of the Australian Open, is also looking at defending the title. So let's see how it goes. The Australian Open is very interesting.
Well, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Mutala.
Yeah.
Just had to go through my mind not to get the name.
not to mention Bill.
Knowing that I nearly mentioned Bill the first. Oh, I did actually.
Of course.
Mutala, I wish all the best for you. You said the Mediama boss is called?
Yes, Moses Ama.
Moses Ama.
Yeah.
Parker, is it?
Yes, Moses Parker.
Moses
you know him. Once you mention the Parker, you know him.
You know Benedict Owusu.
Yeah.
That's his man.
I know.
Oh, okay. He has a certain nice house around the Baltimore area.
Well, now he's within this enclave.
All right. Okay, so we have to go for a break. When we come back, we'll have more for you right here on the show. Stay with us. code is still available.
Yes.
But tell us about the Scratch 4 win.
Yes. Good morning, Roland. and your
Good morning
viewers.
once again.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Yes. So I love your shirt.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So yes, Review Scratch for Win is, I call it a digital hustle, right? For Gen Zs,
Yes.
it's the perfect way to make money without really having to hustle on the sun, you know. And for our, you know, the other Zs, you know, generations, you also have to just dial a simple short code and make money for yourself. For us, we believe that the opportunity to live your best life is to engage in something meaningful, and Reverse Scratch for Win, you know, provides that platform for you to do
Yeah.
that. We all have dreams, aspirations. We want things we want to accomplish and achieve. Schools are reopening soon. People want to, you know, make
Actually,
sure
actually, schools have reopened.
Exactly, and parents are hot. You know, you have to renew our rents and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
You have to buy that car, that land, and all that. And so, Reverse Scratch for Win, we give you that opportunity to win up to $1 million Ghana cedi, to be able to live this dream. I believe that 1 million Ghana cedi is enough for anyone to live a very good, you know, enjoyable, you know, life. So it's very simple. You just pick up your phone and dial the short code *850 *3 hash. *850 *3 hash. And just merely going through to play and have your game results,
Yeah.
and of course your winnings, you know, deposited in your mobile money wallet. So this is very simple, unique game that we have on the offering for Ghanaians. Yes.
All right. So just in case you want to play, what do you do?
Yes. So we give players the options to play via web and also via USSD. So let me start with the USSD. With the USSD, you simply have to take your phone and dial *850 *3 hash. You can demo with me as I go along. *850 *3 hash. And then you are welcome to a screen. So you select number 1, play game. Once you select your, you know, play game, you have to choose the amount you want to stake on the game, from 5 cedi up to 2,000 Ghana cedi. Now, every amount you select will give you 5 options. Now, these 5 options are your lucky cards that you have to select from, you know, to place your bet on. So 5 Ghana cedi, 20 Ghana cedi, 50 Ghana cedi, 2,000 Ghana cedi. You are given 5 options. Now, these options, once you confirm your gameplay, you are asked to input your mobile money PIN. You input your mobile money PIN, and that is it. Your deductions are made, transaction is complete. Now, the most amazing part of the game is that you receive your game results instantly, right there, right? So if the message is to delay, maybe 10 seconds, you should receive your game results. And once you win, your, you know, winnings are deposited in your mobile money wallet instantly. So this is very simple. Now, the second option.
Yeah.
There are times there's a lot of traffic. The last time I came here, there was a lot of traffic on the platform.
Okay.
And so some hit the code and couldn't reach the code, but then it stabilized along the way.
Okay.
Now, if you hit the code and perchance you are not able to, you know, reach the code via the *850 *3 hash, you can just pick up your smartphone, your tablet, or even on your computer, and just visit www.scratchforwin.com. www, and we have a very beautiful interface, with very interactive graphics. So what you do there is that you have the opportunity to play without registering with the website. So you can play just like you pick up your, you know, you dial your short code, you go straight to the gameplay. Now we ask you to select your stake amount, which are, you know, a cascade of cards there. So you pick your stake amount, and then you are asked, you know, to input your mobile money number.
Yeah.
Of course, because the website doesn't know you. So you input your mobile money number, you confirm the network, you go to the next stage. Now, for security purposes, there is an added security where you would have to input an OTP, one-time password, right? So it will be sent to your number that you inputted, and then you receive that OTP, I think 4 digits, you input into the web portal, and then the transaction is confirmed and verified that, yes, Kwame is playing 20 cedi, right? And so he has initiated the transaction. And once that is done, you would now be asked to input your mobile money PIN. Now, before you input the PIN, you select your lucky card, like out of the 5, you input your mobile money PIN, and that is it. You receive your results on the site instantly. Now, one beautiful thing is that you don't just get the results, displayed on the screen. You get also a text message indicating that, oh, this is the results of the outcome of your game. If you want, your mobile money wallet will be credited instantly. There's another aspect of the web portal where you can register with us and then deposit via mobile money into your wallet on the platform. So with this, you don't need to be juggling between, having to always approve on your, enter your mobile money PIN.
Yeah.
Once you have maybe 2,000 Ghana cedi deposited in that wallet, you just go ahead and play the game, and then your winnings are credited to that wallet. So if you want to cash out, you just easily transfer the money to your wallet.
In
so
real
very
time.
simple.
You can
Yes,
easily
in
do,
real time,
do the
yes.
transfer in real
yes,
time.
Yes.
Okay.
Very simple.
So if there are customer service reactions, feedback they want to give, are there some lines, or they can just go to the website? And
Yes. So once you're on our website, you would have the link to all our social media platforms. We also want it very easy for our customers to reach us, and so you can reach us on WhatsApp. Right? On WhatsApp, you can reach us on 0245 918 278. 0245 918 278. On calls, 0242 439 935. 0242 439 935. So just pick up your phone, dial star 850 star 3 hash, and start making money right now. In fact, when you check the website, there's a real-time update, and people are winning with little, as little as 5 Ghana cedi. People are winning 3,000 Ghana cedi. I can see, for purposes of security, we have, taking out some of the numbers, but people are winning 3,500 as at now. I can see it on my phone, 4,114, 1,007. So people are winning, actually winning. So just join the winning team and make some cash this morning. Maybe your breakfast will be sorted out.
All right. So you can go there, and they also have various varieties of options for you. And so you'll find that the inputs are all available. And once you undertake them, you become one of those lucky winners. And for example, if you want to deposit, you want to know how to play and do your withdrawals as well, you can do all that.
Yes, you can do that.
Or on the site.
Yes,
all
you
right.
can.
That's a web portal.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much,
Let
Kwame
me
Jenny.
add
But
this.
your last word.
Yes. So just in case you play and your results have been delayed, just dial the short code star 850 star 3 hash and select the second option. There are instances where, because of network issues, you may play and then your results may delay. So just dial star 850 star 3 hash, the second option, review previous results. You can see up to the last 5 games played results there, and then you can take the next steps from there.
Yeah, sure. You look at what the draws are, and then you look at the permutations and what actions you need to do first. So they have scratchandwin.com. Go there, access it, and then look at what options are available for you. Kwame Jenny Boateng, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Review Scratch and Win, that we have the marketing lead who came in through with this piece of information as well, and then activation on what Scratch and Win is all about. Thank you very much, Kwame Jenny Boateng. Well, we have to move on to mental finalists. And we're going to have Andy Kwams and Achedia right here in the studio. They're up next. Stay with us.
Listen.
throughout your performances. And it's been a long road, right?
It has.
You're not at the final. Actually, let me start with you.
Yeah.
You look at Fantasia when she appeared in American Idol the first time.
Thank you.
And you take a look at your journey so far in the house. How's it been for you? Is it a dream come true for you?
It is. It is a dream come true. It's been amazing. It's been educating. It's been fun. It's been very competitive. I mean, we've done our best, and then God has, the favor of God has also helped us come this far. We are grateful.
Great. Andy,
Yes, sir.
usually you look like a lover boy. Premier Nipa. And you look at the choice of songs you've had for each of the editions so far, and the way they've been critiqued by the judges and then received by the public. How do you sync those receptions in terms of for the public and also from the judges based on your performances?
Okay, so I'd say people know me not to be doing this kind of music. They know me to be doing gospel. I mean, I sing gospel and everything. So me being able to try and then fit into this kind of music or this world, people find it so challenging, and they are actually applauding me for that because they've not really seen me in that sector before.
Yeah.
And then with the judges, I've had nice, comments from them. So far, so good with the songs choices and everything. So I think, yeah, it's a very good.
Yeah, but you know when you start this, you're either winning or you're not winning.
Yeah.
But even as it is, being in the final in itself, even before the final, being in the competition is also a great achievement. What do you think this spotlight gives you, actually?
All my life I've been singing. I'm someone who really loves to sing. I mean, I have the opportunity, I have the talent, and it's not everyone that has the opportunity to come to mentor. You know, TV3 gives we, the upcoming artists, the opportunity to be able to showcase our talent and also build our fan base. So I feel like this opportunity is really going to help me to create a larger fan base. And after a mentor, doing music will be kind of easy for me. Not too easy, but I feel like it's giving me the spotlight now to be able to do it more easier and then, go forward in the music journey.
What will be the journey after mentor?
Well, so after Mentor, I'm just looking forward to establish more in my music career and everything. I've been behind I would say the computer. Most of the times I do recording. I record people. I don't really sing.
Okay, you're like a sound engineer?
Yes, please. So that's what I do mostly. So I just decided this time to come out and then rather do the singing myself and then see. So I mean, the exposure itself has given me more confidence and more trust in my own self. That Charlie, you can also do this. Yeah.
Wow. You take a look at you singing in church, and the two of you really are, and many great artists always start from the church.
Yeah.
I mean, basically some of the most notable, and then end into popular pop culture as well.
Yeah.
But you look at your formative years, and what do you want your music to be? What do you want to be known for as an artist?
I want people or my fans to be able to interact, relate with my music. I want my music to reach the larger audience. I want to be able to inspire a lot of people with my music and, basically encourage the masses.
Yeah. What type of music do you want to do? The genre, so to speak.
So for now, my sound is a fusion of Afrobeat and R&B.
R&B.
But, we'll see.
Yeah, Afrobeat is very popular these days.
Yeah.
Who inspires you among the current generation of young artists?
So be young artists for real. I think Kim Promise inspires me a lot.
Okay, you like his vibe.
Yeah, I like the tone of his voice and then his vibe that he brings out.
You're a lover boy.
I mean, that's what they sing, but I don't
Yeah.
So
You're a lover
I
boy.
just like his vibe and everything. Yeah.
Okay, I hope that one day you get a chance when you enter into mainstream.
Yeah.
To also have a collaboration with Ken Promise. He's a great artist in his own right as well. Any project you would want to be working on outside the finale when you get into mainstream?
Yeah, when I'm fortunate to win or not win, though I'm winning though. So yeah, after the show, I would want to, just start with my music career, start releasing new music, do more of studio works, more of performances. Yeah, basically.
Basically that.
Yeah.
All right.
For now.
All right. And then you also.
Well, I'm a student at the moment. I do IT at the University of Education, Winneba. So I'm looking forward to, as part of my education, still fit into
Concentrate
the music,
into the music.
And then
What genre do you want to do?
So I'll actually switch to a soul and an R&B.
Fantastic.
style,
Yeah. So, Ghana soul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
soul.
You want to do a bit of roots rock reggae and some bit of fusion of Afrobeat.
Yes, that kind of thing. So it will
Kim
be a
Promise,
fusion.
Kiddie style. Gen Z. You're a Gen Z, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, if we want to vote for you, what are the options do we have? You have short codes, and do you want to make this announcement for us?
Yeah. So first of all, I'd like to thank everyone who has supported me from day one till now. I want a special thank you to my dad, Dr. Kalmak Ahin, to my Dean of Students, Madam Judith Asante, to my auntie, Linda Efiahin, my siblings, my friends, Assemblies of God, Ghana, PUSAG members, CAF University, everyone that has supported me from day one till now. I want to say a very big thank you. I really appreciate it and I love you all. Please, the journey is not over yet. We are now in, the biggest moment, and then we want to win this. Please, to help me win the competition, kindly dial to the short code *713*13# and select number 2 Achedie, or you can download the MG Reality app on Google Play Store or the Apple App Store and vote massively for Achedie, and I wouldn't disappoint you.
I love the way you're rhyming it. And you?
So first of all, I want to
You say you're a student where?
Sorry?
Where are you a student?
I school at the University of Education.
Okay,
Winneba.
Winneba, yeah, you mentioned that.
So
computer science, you said.
yeah, I do IT,
okay.
education. Yeah. So I would like to thank the Almighty God for bringing me this far.
Amen.
I mean,
Amen.
He's been so generous with His blessing. I would say that. I want to thank the people of my GHS. They've been really supporting me from day one. The St. Joseph RC GHS is located at Fise. And then I want to thank every Pujoba in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
also.
You be Pujoba?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
See, they
Great.
are also
Pujoba,
supporting, so massive.
I see. So what will you be missing in the house?
A lot. All the contestants, our bond, our little fights, and then Andy.
Andy. He's your playmate, right? Yeah, I see.
He's my brother.
The two of you gel a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, great. what will you be missing in the house as
Well,
well?
you see, I've come this far to meet a lot of amazing people in the house. Everybody actually, from the 16th to the 6th, are so, unique and amazing in their own ways. I'll miss everybody. I'll miss everybody. And the food.
Okay.
Yes.
And the food as well.
Yeah, the food.
What should we look forward to? What are you singing this? I mean, of course it's a surprise, but
Exactly.
from where and what time, Actually.
I definitely wouldn't want to say it because it's a surprise, but I'm bringing something very vocally,
Yeah.
there. And then also, I'm going to pour my heart out and I'm going to give my fans a show, so watch out for me.
Great.
So I'll be doing some inspiring stuff this Sunday
Charlie.
to my people. Coming this far is a whole lot. Even being in the finals alone is a very big thing. So, yeah.
All right. You want to give me some lines before you go, the two of you, since the two of you say you gel with each other.
What do you want to sing? Everything you want to sing?
Can we have an instrumental or something like that? Something. Yeah. Brenda is.
I felt
What can we have?
You want to think of something, but as always, we have the National Theatre, and all of you will be lined up certainly and representing your own capacities and the efforts and the hard work that you've put in. And so we wish you all the best for the finale as well. Just make sure you give it your best shot, and the public will rhyme with you. Just also you wishing to participate and be part of this as one of the patrons or audience, please, you can. Also make sure you get in touch with us. The rate is just 50 Ghana cedis. And look at them beautifully lined up, not only well shot and captured, but also exuding a a lot of grace, and then talent as well. All right, you two ready? Oh,
Yeah.
you're just not in the mood today.
Oh, we ready?
Okay.
Let's do something.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, give it a go.
Okay.
Saying I'll follow. Don't worry. Let's go.
Okay. Inti meye nyao pengina mema weri asisumpa meka oshe sawaba dae dikaya mi huno mi emje mi shil na mi bobri obey wo ya konopa ano kwani hucha
Charlie.
ano ne kaza dekra
That
na
is Fantasia, Charlie. So sweet, and you did join.
Something.
Yeah, so,
Was it-
but we wish you all the best,
Thank
no
you.
matter how it is, but please make sure just keep the faith, all right? And never give up, all right? I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
If you're one, that's the first, you'll be the second. If
Thank you
he's the
so
first, you'll be
much.
the second.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we have to do some birthdays in the meantime, but also we have to tell you that 2026 is declared the year to travel, also the year for you to explore and experience. And so Global Wings Travel and Tours, in partnership with Media General, is inviting you to experience the best of Malaysia and Singapore this April. So enjoy 9 unforgettable days with return flights coupled with luxury hotel stays in Kuala Lumpur and Singapore, daily meals, visa facilitation, city tours, Genting Highlands with cable rides, inter-country transfers, and so much more, all as part of the bill. So the question is, why do you have to wait? Make sure that you make April 2026 Malaysia and Singapore trips a reality. This is what you need to do by calling, and the numbers are, just in case you want to WhatsApp or call, please, these are the numbers: 05501 881 81 or 055 3688 398. And look, make sure that you make April the tour period as well. Now, if you're looking for a university that will prepare your child for the future, then it is certainly Academic City University, because it's the best choice for you. At Academic City, they do not just teach, they also nurture creators, innovators and leaders who then go on to shape tomorrow's world. They offer undergraduate programs in engineering, computational sciences, business and communication art degrees, as well as their BSc in artificial intelligence and robotics engineering. Well, they certainly are offering these as the first and only one of its kind in West Africa, with world-class facilities to boot, and then industry experience faculty. Students do not just learn the latest technology, they also get to be part of it and create it as well. And for working professionals and young graduates, Academic City University has got all of you covered. They have their MSc programs in cybersecurity and data science analytics, as well as their professional certification programs. At Academic City, programs are practical, relevant, and future focused, and that's why they're calling on you to make sure you get in touch with them today through the line 026-269-3870. Better still, you can visit their website, act.edu.gh, for more information. Admissions are still open, so make sure that, as they say, Academic City, make your mark by calling them today. And we have to do some birthdays. And if we're ready, we have to do those birthdays quickly. So for all those who are at Yakumka Travel and Tours, and look, we're going to the World Cup with Yakumka Travel and Tours, so don't worry.
You promised
don't,
us yesterday.
Yeah, you don't have a problem.
Myself and
Yakumka
Kuki,
Travel
that
and
you're
Tours.
taking
We'll
us
go.
along. Now, if you're planning your next trip, whether it's for holidays, business, study abroad, or family travel, let Classic EAS Travel take the stress of your journey. They offer professional flight bookings, travel consultations, visa assistance, and personalized travel support to ensure everything is handled smoothly from start to finish. Yes, travel with confidence, clarity, and peace of mind by choosing Classics EAS Travel. Call or WhatsApp 0243-535-778 today to speak to a travel expert. Get expert guidance and start your planning your next trip the easy way. Classic EAS Travel your trusted partner for seamless travel. So we want to help you celebrate your birthdays, like Roland just said. Okay, Sanionate George, MP Ningo Prampram, may the good Lord continue to establish you from your loved ones. Happy birthday to you, Minister for Communications. Pastor John P. Doe, Assistant Resident Pastor of Winners Chapel International Headquarters, Accra. We love you deeply. Mrs. Phoebe Aku Esiama of Word Generation Ministry and GCB Kaswa, from your husband, Reverend Ebenezer Esiama, Germany, and the entire family. Happy birthday to you, ma'am.
Another Mrs. Phoebe.
Millicent Awotrick of Millie Cakes and Pastries. God bless your new age, from Joshua, right here at TV3. Happy birthday to you. Mr. Bismarck Boak. More grace, long life, and prosperity from your entire family.
Dr. Ayuwe Friye, you're the Member of Parliament for Ifidiasia Sokore, and this is from William Evanson Kum of the Media General Middle Belt Bureau, or the Northern Bureau.
Yes,
more
the
appropriately.
chief.
Lydia Angel Nutako from all your loved ones, happy birthday to you as well. Ephraim Tete from your brother Patrick, wish you all the best for the day. And Yaira Ruth Nukunu, you turned 5 yesterday, from your parents. Wow. They love you so much, especially Senna, who is your father. And Anastasia Motu of Easily Gone, Guest Lodge. All your customers wish you a long life and healthy life as well. Happy birthday to you, Mama. Michael Danso from Clifford, happy birthday to you. DC Koku, and happy birthday to you from your children, your grandchildren as well, and the rest of the family. Ni Okaija Victor Latte from your father, Armando, wishing you all the best for the year. Says grow up to be who you want to be. And Frankie Japong, may this year bring you peace. And this one is coming from Bernardino Garcia Jr. Bernardo, Garcia, and all, in quotes, your loved ones. Ethel, Carliso.
Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday to you, Ethel. Okay, this is the last one.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you, all of you. And we're hoping that you have a blast.
Yeah, certainly. Paul Dillon, I wish you a great morning. Wishing you all the best for the day. And Paul Dillon, the group CEO for Noled Edge Group. Great guy. I wish you all the best for the day. But that'll be it for the morning.
Yes.
And we'll be back same time tomorrow.
Yes.
Great conversations throughout the rest of the day. We have regular programmings on the channel when it comes to news, current affairs, and everything else. Next, as we do, bring you the latest sports updates from 3 Sports. And Mutala and the rest of the team will be right here.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.